And typically, green card holders or permanent resident holders can only spend a certain amount of time outside the United States, meaning they cannot be outside the United States for a prolonged period of time. That doesn't mean you can't go back and forth as much as you like. You can. However, because you're not a U.S. citizen, you're only a permanent resident. If you leave the U.S. as a green card holder and stay outside the U.S. for longer than you're supposed to, unless there's some kind of situation, emergency situation that happened. And then again, like I said, it depends. Then you are basically telling the government, hey, U.S. government, I know you gave me residency, but, I've chosen to stay in X place for X amount of time, which exceeds the amount of time that I'm typically supposed to be outside the U.S. And so therefore, I no longer want my residency. You're essentially giving it up. That doesn't mean that you won't be let back in, but it doesn't mean that you will either. Why? Because the immigration officer at the border who's going to be looking at your passport, at your visa, at your residency is going to have a lot of discretion. They might look at you and be like, oh, and not really pay attention to how much time you've spent outside the U.S. and say, okay, you can come in, so to speak. But they might also look at it a little bit more closely and be like, you've been outside for way too long. You gave up your right to be here. You can contact me through Kounsel, or you can contact another licensed immigration attorney to consult on your case to see if there's anything to be done.